7th grade art class. On a scale of 1 to 5, how are you? Okay, we got a 4, so 1 to 5. I'm going to turn that up right. So, wow, this is what it's like to be tall. I'm 5'2", and a lot of people think that I am a 7th grade student like you, but I'm actually a teacher. I know it's weird, but I don't get to see how tall I could be if I just take my vegetables. Anyway, so we're going to be talking about perspective today. So, does anyone like to take photos? Raise your hand if you do. Does anyone like to take photos with their cell phone? Now, I know the rules are that you're not supposed to have cell phones in the classroom, but raise your hand if you broke those rules today. Good, because if you open to page 2 of your packet, we're going to be doing a scavenger hunt. The scavenger hunt is to take photos of different perspectives of the classroom. So in your table groups, you have 3 minutes to take all the photos you can. Now, the rules are you can only use 1 cell phone or tablet at a time. You can have more than 1 cell phone or tablet. You don't have to use 1, but only 1 at a time. Rule number 2, you have to work as a team. Rule number 3, be safe. And rule number 4 is have fun. So, may the odds be ever in your favor. Go! Great. Got it.
How am I supposed to take there?
Got it?
Someone we can only use 1.
At a time.
I should read these out loud. Crystal, we can only use 1 phone though.
No, at a time.
Oh, at a time. Yeah.
No, Sally, go.
Go out and take one in.
Brett, take a picture of Brett. Jeremy, and then Dad. High place.
Somewhere tall. As if you were an ant. As if you were an ant.
Take a photo with your ants. 1 more minute.
From the corner of the room. From the shortest student.
Are you the shortest?
And then tallest student. Go Zach.
20 more seconds. We got it. Thank you, table in the back. I know that you got a little messed up with CPR, but it rolls back from it. Good. So the reason I had you did this is 1, it's a lot of fun. 2, it got you to move around the classroom. A lot of the times in the classroom, you sit in those chairs and you only stay at the eye level that you're at. You don't get to change your perspective around. You don't get to see through other people's eyes, or as the saying goes, walk in someone else's shoes. So today, as I said, we're going to be talking about perspective, and that got you warmed up for it. So now I'm going to show you a lovely PowerPoint. Or not. My technical staff is helping me right now. Aha! Okay. Playing with your food, the story your parents never told you about the joys of food. So, question. What can you eat with apples? Pie. Okay, we have pie. Raise your hands. Applesauce? Ah. Apple cider. Apple cider.
A tree.
A tree. Ah, that's a good one.
Apple juice.
Apple juice.
Bombs. Apple bombs.
We don't do that. That is very mean. So you would have to
shoot off your son's head.
Do you two hang out? What I came up with was apple pie, apple cobbler, and an apple bowl with vanilla ice cream and caramel topping. I have the recipe if you want. So that's a fun thing to do with apples, right? Right. So what can you make with pumpkin? Pumpkin bread.
Jack-o'-lanterns.
Hands, Annie, hands.
Jack-o'-lanterns.
Jack-o'-lanterns. Pie. Not pie.
Pumpkin seeds.
Pumpkin seeds. A hat. Oh, that's creative in an art class. I like it. I had for that. Oh, he's missing it. It's pretty sad. Well, I came up with pumpkin cinnamon pancakes, pumpkin pie, and pumpkin Twinkies. How interesting, right? Well, I asked you these questions because, you know, when you think of food, you think of making something with food, like a recipe or something like that. But actually, you can make art with food. So Giuseppe Acamboldo is, where do you think he's from? Acamboldo. Italy, that's right, home of the pizza pie. So what he did was, when he saw his food on his dinner plate, he went, wow, I really don't want to eat this, but how am I going to use this? What he did instead was, he made portraits of other people. Now, during the time, this was really weird, because if you look all the way from kind of like back, far away, everyone's like, wow, that is really a really nice portrait. I like that. And then you slowly get close and you're like, wow, that guy's nose is weird. What is, oh wow, he has peas for eyebrows? What is going on here? And it was really kind of odd, but it did gain some popularity. Now, he didn't just do this with food. He also did it with books, and he also did it with animals. It's a little bit hard to see, but that is a deer right there. And there's a rabbit right there. There's a sheep right here. And there's a lion right here. Yeah. That really changes your perspective on how you view items, doesn't it? So instead of looking at a book now and being like, oh, I need to read it, you can look at a book and go, wow, how can I make that into a face? Or how can I make that into a building? If you change your perspectives, it can open up the world to so many new things. And also, he did paint boring old fruit stuff. It's what we call a still life. Or did he? It's actually a portrait. So see? See what I did there? Yeah. As long as you change and shift your perspective, everything can be different. So today, sources, you always have to cite your sources. On your last 2 pages of your packet, we will be coloring and cutting out fruit for our next item portrait. So what you'll be doing is cutting them out, and you'll be practicing making your own fruit people, so that you can be Giuseppe Acamboldo like him. That's it.